Brian is gonna start to get a little suspicious if we stay out all night. There are so many questions going through Brian's head right now, and most of them are pretty negative. And he's just like, you know what, Haley, like I'm just gonna come out and say it. I never stopped being in love with you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be jumping back into the Crybaby Whims Legacy Challenge. And I'm gonna be straight up with y'all, I am struggling. That is not to say that I am not totally having a blast with this series, because I am. I absolutely love this family with all my heart. I just haven't ever done a storyline like this before, and it's a little outside my comfort zone, but I know that we're all anticipating the drama. We're all really waiting for that big bombshell to happen. And you know what? I think today's the day. We are going to stir the pot. Things have been too good for too long, and I'm feeling a little chaotic, so we're just gonna jump right in. And if you guys are excited for this episode, don't forget to leave a like, and let's get into it. Alrighty, you guys, so it is the next morning. It is 7 in the morning and everybody is just hanging out. In the last episode, we did have our double birthday for our little boys. So we've got Draeyad over here, who is a little kid now. He's looking very, very cute. And then, of course, we have baby Sammy over here. He is currently playing with his blocks. But he is, of course, Brian and Haley's second son. I just love these little boys so much. They're so adorable. I'm just gonna keep saying it over and over and over, but they're the cutest and I love them. It does look like Brian has woken up in a flirty mood. He does want to kiss Haley, which is really, really sweet. She is currently making breakfast. So actually, Brian, why don't you go ahead and get some breakfast as well before you have to go into work? Which I don't know why he's so exhausted, but unfortunately, he actually has to get into work right now, so he's just gonna end up being really exhausted, I guess, all day. Okay, so Brian is off to work, Draeyad is off to school. That leaves Haley here with the baby, who is now feeling really, really sad because Brian just went off to work. But like I said in the intro, things have been going too well for too long, and I'm not gonna stand for it anymore. We need to get this show on the road, Miss Haley, so we are gonna go ahead and put this away, and then we're gonna take a little trip over to Elijah's. Because if you guys remember in the last episode, we did get a couple little hints as to what's going on with Taylor and Elijah. Now, they definitely don't seem happy. That is the first thing. They both really do not seem happy in their marriage. It definitely feels a bit more like a marriage that is being kept up for appearance rather than actual love. Okay, so we are here at Taylor and Elijah's house. Oh, and it looks like she's coming over here to talk to Elijah. Is Taylor actually here? Let me just double check that really quick. I want to make sure, I want to see if Taylor is actually here. Invite to hang out. Okay, so Taylor's actually not home. So she must have gone off to work or something. So that actually works out perfectly for us if we want to chat a little bit with Elijah. Now, we're not going to try any funny business right away. We are definitely not going to just like jump into, you know, having an affair with him or whatever, because their romance and friendship is still technically in the red. But I do definitely feel like Haley has been thinking about the conversations that she's had with Elijah and Taylor. And I don't think she really wants to meddle in their relationship, but she definitely feels like something is wrong and she wants to get to the bottom of it. So I feel like she's definitely going to, you know, continue to talk to him. Started off casually. He's feeling happy. It's a pleasant conversation, you know, but I feel like she's definitely going to try to pry a little bit and be like, hey, so are you okay? Like, I want to know if, she's like, but, you know, I just want to know if you guys are actually okay. Cause like she, you know, sees that Taylor's not here and she's like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to actually talk to him just openly without, you know, worrying about Taylor hearing their conversation in the background. Not that she, you know, thinks that what she's doing is wrong. She's just genuinely worried for them, and she really just genuinely wants to know what's going on in, you know, her sister's life. And, you know, regardless of the fact that Elijah is her ex, she still cares about him as a person, and she's still trying to be a good person. She's still trying to, you know, make sure that everybody is happy. I feel like she's definitely a bit of a people pleaser in that she wants to make sure that, you know, everybody around her is happy. And she thinks, you know, maybe she shouldn't be meddling in her sister's marriage, especially when she's not home, like behind her back almost. But she's thinking of it in the way where she's trying to help. You know, she's trying to talk to Taylor privately, she's trying to talk to Elijah privately and sort of piece together what's going on, and so that she can come up with a solution for them. And in her mind, she's trying to help. And like, as these two are talking, like, she is actually getting this deep connection, moodlet. You know, she does still feel like she has a connection with Elijah, even if she isn't you know, seeing in like a romantic light. And like, despite everything that happened, you know, like she does still want to be friends with him, and, you know, she does want to build back that friendship that they did have. Like, you know, even though he is married to her sister now, like you know, these two have always gotten along really well. Like they always clicked, they always, you know, had a really strong connection with each other, and I feel like Haley wants that back. You know, she wants to have that friendship back in her life. She's been so preoccupied with her family and with Brian that she, you know, doesn't really have any other friends. She doesn't feel like she has any other connections outside of her family. And so I feel like she would want that connection back. She would at least want that friendship back with Elijah. And I do honestly feel like Elijah feels the same way as well. Like, you know what? It's been wonderful to spend time with you. We've made some great memories, and I'm sure we'll make many more. So I kind of take that as like her kind of being like, you know what? We've made really good memories in the past, and like, I don't see why we have to let go of those. Despite everything, despite what happened, despite, you know, us having different families, like, we've made really good memories together, and, you know, I do still cherish those memories, you know, regardless of you know, how things are now. I do still want to cherish, you know, the good memories that we have together. Aw, and so, okay, it does look like their friendship is starting to grow back. Like, they are like pretty far in the green. There's still no romance between them, you know, and I think she's just like reminiscing on like a lot of her memories that they had like from high school, and just being like, I don't want to let go of those memories, you know. I know it's like, I don't want to be weird or anything, but like, you know, I really enjoyed spending time with you, and, you know, I kind of miss being able to hang out with you. And, you know, I feel like Elijah's like, yeah, no, I definitely do too. Like, we've, you know, both been so preoccupied with like, you know, life and just everything going on. Like, you know, of course, Elijah's got his career. He's got, you know, Taylor. I feel like he feels like she's kind of breathing down his neck. He feels like he can't really do much without Taylor kind of just being there. And he's like, yeah, I think it would be kind of nice. You know, I do, you know, miss hanging out with you too. Aw, and it looks like they are gonna actually go ahead and cloud gaze together. You know, they talked a little bit about it, and to her, she's thinking, you know, this is totally platonic. You know, we're just hanging out, we're just being friends. You know, this is what we used to do, you know, back in high school. She's not really seeing anything wrong with it. She's not seeing anything romantic from this, but I do feel like, you know, she does kind of miss what she had with Elijah, and even if she's not really admitting that to herself, I do feel like she kind of is still a little hurt deep down. She never really got a lot of closure for their relationship. You know, she still doesn't even know why, you know, he just ghosted her out of nowhere. So I feel like there is still a part of her that does miss being able to spend time with Elijah, and does miss, you know, the connection and friendship that they had before. And that's definitely not to say that she's not happy with Brian. I feel like she is, but I feel like there's just that little part in her that's sort of still longing for closure and still wondering about what happened in high school, and, you know, why things ended up the way that they did. Okay, so it is getting a little late. It is 8 p.m. and Brian is, you know, back home from work, and Jared is home from school. So I feel like she is probably going to, you know, just head home, be like, well, you know, I had a really good time. We should definitely hang out again. But she's like, but I do have to get home. So she's just gonna give him a little bit of a hug. And he's telling her an inside joke, maybe something that happened in high school. That's really cute. Well, we are gonna head home, and, you know, because she does still have her family waiting for her at home. And I'm sure Brian is probably wondering where she is at so late. She's like, you know, she's just gonna let him know, like, well, we just stopped by Taylor's, you know, we wanted to get out of the house. And she's feeling really inspired. She's in a very good mood. I think she's really happy that she was able to, you know, connect with Elijah again, that they're able to sort of build that bridge back. But I do definitely still feel like there's a little part of her that's wondering what happened. And I think that is still gonna kind of weigh on her mind a little bit. Okay, so we are back home. It is 10 p.m. It actually took way longer to get home than I thought. Jared, it looks like, is in here doing his homework. Brian's in the bathroom. Why don't we actually help Jared with his homework? Because we do still need to get that done for our aspiration. Brian's at least in a better mood. You know, he's feeling good, feeling a close connection with someone nearby. So he seems to have calmed down. He doesn't seem to feel quite as tense as he did. So that's definitely good. He doesn't feel, you know, tense about why she was gone all day. He, you know, is feeling okay. He's feeling happy. Oh no, Sammy, why are you outside? Little boy, he's out there eating his food outside. Brian, now that you are done with your food, actually, why don't you give Sammy some flashcards? Go ahead and teach him his basic needs, because he needs to get his skills up a little bit. Haley, though, is feeling really uncomfortable. She's feeling like, why right now, from being a perceiver, and also scanning the area for being an introvert. And she's also feeling kind of paranoid. What are they talking about? Okay, so I guess Haley's actually gonna give Sammy the flashcards because Brian is busy fixing the dishwasher. And of course, Brian is feeling really flirty. He does want to flirt with Haley, which is really cute. Why don't you first of all go ahead and clean this mess up? Go ahead and get all that stuff taken care of while Haley is dealing with the baby. He does want to flirt with Haley. He does want to, you know, have some cute romance time, but she is a little busy, so we are just going to send him off to bed. And then, Haley, I need you to take care of Sammy. I need you to change his diaper and then put him to bed. So Brian's the first one up at 6 in the morning. He's woken up with only thoughts to flirt with Haley, so he's really wanting some love from his wife. I feel like with his work schedule, you know, he's feeling that he doesn't really get to spend as much time with his family as he would like to. But, you know, for now, it's just the morning. Both he and Jared are up really early before he has to go into school and also into work. I assume he does work today. Yeah, so he goes into work in 2 hours and Jared has to go into school. So he's just spending some time with his little boy before they have to go. Oh, and I see another little baby who is up. Brian's not gonna really have a lot of time to spend with him, but why don't you just chat with him a little bit? Like I said, I feel like he definitely wants to spend more time with his kids and with his wife, but, you know, his work schedule doesn't really allow him to. Yep, and just like I said, he does have to go off to work, and Jared has to go off to school. So we're gonna have him work hard, and we're gonna have Jared make some friends. I do want him to be able to have some little friends. Oh, and okay, so Haley has woken up and she wants to try for a baby with Brian's. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that because we do still want, you know, baby number 3 on the way eventually. We still need one more baby with Brian. Now, if that third baby is gonna come from Brian or from Elijah, we don't know. For now, we're just going to keep doing flashcards with Sammy. We want to make sure that his skills are getting up, although he is getting really hungry. So we might actually want to put a pause on that really quick so he can eat something, because poor boy is really, really hungry. Oh, we are getting a call from Taylor. Taylor is wondering if I want to go over to her house to hang out. Okay, so we were just going to hang out here with Sammy. But if we're gonna get an invite from Taylor, we might as well accept it. Alrighty, so looks like everybody's here. Sammy has been sent to daycare once again. So why don't you come over, you know, give your sister a hug. Undying adoration. I've never seen this before. Okay, hang on. They say that lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, tell that to Haley. She found the sim of her dreams and by some miracle got to marry him too. There are times like this when Haley likes to remind herself just how lucky they are to be married to a ravishing hunk like Brian Helm. To be able to love and be loved by such a captivating creature brings incomprehensible joy to her heart, and the attraction that they have for their beloved partner still endures like an undying blaze even now. That's really funny and also very sweet. Haley suddenly finds herself craving a certain someone, their beloved spouse. She hit the jackpot in this field of love. There isn't anyone who suits her desires more than their loving partner in life. Just thinking about them has Haley yearning for their presence. A burning desire to hold and to love that sim has captured her heart. Now, okay, so that's like really, really sweet. Of course, you know, when I go into Brian's panel here, it does, you know, say that the two are soulmates, spouse, had a child together, and she does find him to be extremely attractive. And they both do have this deeply connected sentiment, which like is so sweet, and I really, really ship these two a lot. However, it does kind of make it a little difficult to justify a reason why she would cheat on him, because she's so in love with this man. Like, she is absolutely totally head over heels in love with him. So like, if that's the case, you know, then how do we justify her cheating on Brian with Elijah? Honestly though, you guys, this game never likes to make things easy for me, ever. It always wants to make it super difficult. I do want to come in here and chat with Elijah a little bit more though. Even though Taylor's here, you know, we're just being casual. We're not, you know, saying anything. We're, you know, it's all casual and platonic. But I do see that, you know, as soon as she came over to talk to him, she did get this very confident moodlet. So they're just joking, they're chatting. Oh, okay, I didn't even realize that Brian was gonna get promoted. Awesome, so Brian apparently just got a promotion. And these are the 3 branches for him that he can choose. This is a mod, like I said. This is a modded career. I didn't realize we were actually gonna have a choice. So he can get into architectural heritage, he can get into building, and he can get into urban planning. Now, I do think that maybe building would probably be the best for him. I know nothing about architecture, but just based off of these descriptions, I think the building is probably gonna suit him the best. And so he's now gonna be making $93 per hour. So that is awesome, good for him. So they're just over here chatting, and Taylor, it looks like Taylor is leaving, or I guess she's just going into the other room, because they were sitting here joking, and I think, you know, kind of just having like inside joke moment, and Taylor just kind of like got up and left. So, you know, I'm gonna have her actually come over here and talk to Taylor, maybe about expanding the family, because we did get that hint that she doesn't really want kids, but we'll, you know, maybe talk to her about it. Okay, so she said, as wonderful as that sounds, I'm not in a position where I feel comfortable doing that at the moment. So I guess that's that, you know, we definitely heard it directly from her. Because before she was a little wishy-washy. She was kind of just like trying to dismiss the conversation, just kind of like, maybe. She definitely seems to have been a little bit more adamant this time, like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. So, I mean, I guess that's that. Okay, oh, so it looks like, okay, Taylor is headed off, so I guess she's leaving, I assume. So I assume that she has somewhere to be. So we're gonna take this opportunity, because like I said at the beginning of this, we are gonna stir the pot. Of course, you know, with her getting that mood lit about being like, I'm so absolutely in love with Brian, like that does kind of throw a little bit of a wrench into my plan. But I do still think that we can make it work, because she doesn't see anything wrong with this. She isn't quite in that headspace, you know, of like being into him romantically. She's just trying to be friends with him. She's just trying to build that friendship back, and, you know, she just wants kind of what she had before with him. But I'm gonna have her, you know, make a flirtatious joke. Not anything that she's intending to come off as flirtatious, but maybe he takes it that way. You know, because honestly, guys, this is never going to get off the ground unless we, you know, we have to kind of play around a little bit. And so in my head, she's not actively flirting with him. She's not intentionally flirting with him. It's just kind of coming naturally in conversation with him, because that's sort of how they used to talk, and that's how they used to joke, and it was all very casual. Of course, back then in high school, they ended up, you know, falling in love and dating, but she's not really thinking about it in that way. Right now, she's not actively flirting. She's just kind of complimenting him, and she's just, you know, making flirtatious jokes, you know, things like that seem harmless to her. But, you know, even though she's trying to keep things casual, deep down there is definitely, I think, still an interest, because she really misses that, you know, that strong friendship that she had, where she does still have that with Brian, you know, as we saw from that moodlet that popped up. She does love Brian. She's absolutely head over heels in love with him. But I think that Elijah might definitely see it in a different light. You know, he doesn't think anything of it. He doesn't think, you know, that this is gonna go any farther. I think Elijah does definitely also miss having that, you know, connection with Haley, because from what I could tell earlier, he doesn't really get that kind of joking like atmosphere, or that fun atmosphere with Taylor, because she doesn't really seem to have quite the same sense of humor that Haley does. So I think, you know, he's like, you know, I kind of forgot like how fun she is to be around. Like, I forgot, you know, how funny she is. And you can kind of already see on his face that like he's kind of hooked on every word. Like, she's just telling him stories. She's just, you know, making jokes, all that kind of stuff. But he is like hooked on like every word that she's saying. Oh, but I do actually see, like, they're just like chatting, but I do see that she is feeling really flirty. She's got titillizing banter, coy smiles, and flirtatious jokes set the mood for romance. And she does want to woohoo. Okay, so I don't want to just jump into woohoo yet, because obviously, again, like I said, she's not thinking about it in that way, but she is feeling really flirty. You can see it on her face, you know, she's blushing a little bit. Oh yeah, and she's like really flirty, you guys. So I definitely think that there is still that part of her that is kind of falling back into the relationship she had with Elijah naturally, where things are starting to progress in that direction. You know, she's starting to kind of remember her relationship with Elijah that she used to have. She's starting to remember, you know, the fun memories that they had. And I think, you know, it's starting to make her, you know, her heart beat a little faster. It's starting to make her blush a little. And she's just kind of like, wonder what that's about. But we are headed home. It is really late. It's actually almost 1 a.m. So we absolutely have to get home, because Brian is going to start to get a little suspicious if we stay out all night. But it looks like both the boys are in bed, and she has come in and immediately wanted to kiss Brian. Which I'm a little curious. How are you feeling? He's feeling fine. He's, you know, feeling inspired. but he is overthinking a little bit. You know, there are so many questions going through Brian's head right now, and most of them are pretty negative. So, okay, I think her being out late definitely did affect him. He's just, I think, trying to push it down a little bit because he does still seem a little uncomfortable and he does have questions, it says, but it looks like he's pushing it down. So he's probably not gonna, he's probably not gonna ask her about it and probably just gonna assume, oh, she went over to Taylor's again. Okay, you guys, so what I'm thinking right now is that Haley has come home in a very flirty mood. She had her and Elijah ended up, getting a little flirtatious, even if it was unintentional. She did end up getting a little flirtatious with Elijah. So she's come home in a really flirty mood. And she does still really want to try for a baby with Brian. And Brian, even though he's feeling really uncomfortable, he's overthinking a little bit, and trying to push that feeling down. It does actually look like he wants to try for a baby with her too. So I'm thinking, we go ahead and let them try. If we end up with our third baby, from them, then that'll be great. But if we don't end up with the third baby, then I'm thinking that we might start going down the Elijah route a little bit more until we end up with a baby, whether it be from him or from Brian. So who knows, if we'll end up with baby number 3 for Brian, or if we'll be able to kind of go a little bit more down the Elijah route for baby number 3. So I'm gonna kind of leave it up to chance and see what we get. So for now, we'll just let them have their, little romance time because Brian was really wanting to spend time with her before. And you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and let them sleep. I'm not gonna check to see if she's pregnant. Okay, and it looks like Jared is actually the first person up today. He's feeling really, really uncomfortable. Oh no, he's got a sore back from his bed. I'm sorry, sweetie. Did you actually, he didn't get his homework done, so I'm gonna have him do that really, really quick before he actually has to go into school today. Because it is Friday, we are headed towards the weekend. So I wanna make sure we can attempt to get his grades up because he's right now in good. And I'm gonna try to hopefully get him up to a B student today before the weekend. Ooh, and the baby is up. Okay, so he's up, he's mad. Let's go ahead and get him something to eat. I know, I'm sorry, sweetie. Don't worry. We'll go ahead and get you fed. Okay, and then Brian is up as well. Please leave Sammy alone. He's gonna go get something to eat. Haley is still sleeping. She's still in bed. She's probably really tired from being out all night when she shouldn't have been. Okay, so Jared is off to school. Have a good day, sweetie. I hope that he's able to get his grades up before the weekend. And Haley, my dear, let's get you all sorted out as well. She needs to go to the bathroom and she's really hungry. I'm still gonna wait on the pregnancy test. I wanna wait until Brian goes off to work, but she does already want to woohoo with him again. So she's just really in a lovey mood lately, it looks like. Aww, little cute moments. Here, why don't you change his diaper really quick? Cause he's really stinky. Go ahead and give him a diaper change before you head off to work, please. No? Okay, cool. Haley, I'm gonna have to have you change Sammy's diaper. Jared's PE class gets to run laps, lots of them, to build their stamina and lung capacity. He's mostly through the first lap when he notices a gap under the bleachers, just the right size for a little rest. Would coach notice if he sat out a few laps? I feel like Jared, he is a little bit more the creative type. I don't think that he would necessarily hide from his, PE class, so I'm just gonna have him keep running. He's a good kid. I feel like he would follow the rules. Okay, so for now, why don't we come over here and try to hang out. Oh, it's a great day. Let's go out and enjoy the day. So he's inviting us to go to a cafe. I was gonna have her spend a little bit of time with Sammy just because she's kind of been going off to hang out with Elijah a lot. However, he is inviting her out, so I guess we're just gonna have to go. I did say I wanted some drama this episode, so I guess we're getting some drama. Okay, so we are here at the cafe. Elijah is here. So she's feeling really happy. That's good. She's in like a good mood. Oh god, okay, I keep forgetting that he's like famous. Oh, but it says, okay, so they just became good friends, so that's good. Kid, I'm gonna have to ask you to get out of here. Okay, so already I'm seeing a problem here, and that is, I keep forgetting that Elijah is famous. So if there's like all these paparazzi who are gonna be here while he's hanging out with Haley, then I feel like that's probably gonna cause a bit of controversy. So why don't we just come in here, sit together, just to try to maybe get away from the paparazzi. Oh my god, y'all, go away. Go away. Everybody just go away. Everybody get out of here. Go away. Okay, so hopefully we won't be bothered Oh God. Uh-oh. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so it is a little annoying that we keep having like fans and paparazzi show up to take pictures of them, and I'm sure it's also not really a good thing for Elijah's image. I wish I could go somewhere private, but apparently I can't. So I just have to keep like sending all the people away. So we are just gonna sit out here together and just chat. So I'm thinking, you know, that it's possible that like Elijah had something maybe he needed to talk to her about, because, you know, they've been hanging out a lot recently. They've been, you know, getting along really well recently. Oh God. Oh, she started flirting with him autonomously though. This fan passed out right before they started flirting, but she did start flirting with him. Oh, you guys, we can already have a first kiss. I don't want to just like jump into like a kiss or anything, because again, I still don't think that she's thinking about it that way. But she did just get the sentiment, "You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope that you feel that way about me too." You know, and he's just like, "Yeah, I definitely feel that way too." And she's like, "Oh, good. You know, I'm so glad. Like, I'm really glad that we're able to, you know, be friends again and all that stuff." And he's just like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, okay, about that. You know, I really like spending time with you, and, you know, I'm really happy that we've been spending a lot of time together recently. But like, there is, you know, I did call you here for a reason. Like, there is something that I really need to talk to you about." And she's like, "Yeah, what is it? Like, you know, anything. That's totally fine. Like, you know, you can tell me anything." And you know what? And he's just like, "You know what, Haley, like, I'm just going to come out and say it. I have to be honest with you. I never stopped being in love with you." And he's just like, I don't want to be weird. I don't want to pull you away from your husband. Like, I know we're married to different people. Like, I get it." She's like, I thought you didn't want to be with me anymore. Like, what are you talking about?" And he's just like, "No, like, I did. It wasn't that I wanted to like end our relationship or anything. I felt like, I don't know." And Haley's like, "What are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If you liked me, then, you know, why did you just ghost me all of a sudden? Like, I don't understand." He's like, "I know it's dumb. Like, I know it's, looking back now, it's stupid, and I should have just talked to you about it. Like, but it's not important right now. Like, he's like, "It's stupid. He's like, "I was a dumb teenager. You know, I should have just talked to you about it." Oh, and of course, now they're flirting in the middle of me trying to tell a story. Regardless, he's like, "I know it's dumb. I don't want to get into it right now." He's like, "But basically all I wanted was, I wanted to be honest with you, and I wanted to tell you I'm still in love with you." He's like, "You know what? And I don't expect anything from you." He's like, "I just want to be friends if that's what you're okay with. He's like, "I know things were weird in high school. I know things went wrong in high school." He's like, "But I just needed you to know that I still have feelings for you." But it is getting dark. It is getting a little late. So, you know, he's like, "I just needed to be honest with you about that." He's like, "I know it's getting late. I'll let you go." So we're going to go ahead and head home because, again, it is getting really late. She did get a new... She wants to kiss Elijah, you guys. She's already thinking about wanting to kiss Elijah. So you guys, we're going to go ahead and end the episode for today. I'm going to leave it on this note. So Haley definitely has this goofy little grin on her face, you know, even though she feels like she should be, you know, uncomfortable, she should be, you know, upset about it. She should be like, you know, why is he coming to me now? Like, those are all the thoughts and feelings, you know, that she should have. But I mean, she's in a good mood and she's got this dorky little smile on her face. And she did already get the whim that she wants to kiss Elijah. So we are going to leave it right there. We're going to pick this up in the next episode. And we still haven't taken the pregnancy test. We're going to hold off on that until the next episode because there's a couple more things that I want to do before we actually get to see whether she's pregnant or not. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We are moving things along with Elijah. They've built their friendship back, and the feelings that she had for him in high school are definitely starting to resurface. So I think moving forward, Haley's gonna start feeling a little conflicted. You know, she's got this perfect happy life with Brian. She absolutely is in love with him. You know, she loves their family. But on the other hand, she never got any closure from Elijah. She's starting to remember, you know, all of those good times she had with him before she even met Brian. And I think it is definitely starting to weigh on her shoulders a little bit. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the next episode. We are not stopping with the drama. It is gonna go full force next episode, so I hope that you guys will look forward to it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you guys won't miss out on the next episode when it comes out. And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!